Yo, One Life family. I want to thank y'all for tuning in, man. You know what I'm saying? This your boy Star. I want to thank everybody for hitting the like button, hitting the share button, hitting the subscribe button. If you haven't had a chance to hit the subscribe button, please hit the subscribe button. Today, ladies and gentlemen, what I wanted to do was kind of go into another side of the Shanquella Robinson stuff. Shouts out to Melissa and BP for doing this great reading on Shanquella Robinson. This is very interesting. It's very interesting. So we have the interview or the reading with Dustin James, who is a spiritual reader, so to speak, okay? And he knows nothing about the case. Allegedly, this is his first time hearing about Shanquella Robinson, and he taps in on a different frequency and kind of goes into the case. And I just thought it would be nice to share with you guys, and y'all hear what he had to say as he tapped in with Shanquella Robinson. This is a guy who doesn't know anything about the case, but he was able to tap in with her energy. Check them out, One Life family. Y'all know we drop these bombs. Check them out.
Good.
That's what we normally do.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Thanks for coming and joining.
Thanks for having me. Hello.
So this is Dustin. He is not only an intuitive consultant, he's also a hot surfer.
Yes, he's a hot surfer, dude.
So can we tell, how much can we tell you, Dustin?
I typically like to know nothing. Nothing.
Okay.
But look, I work with high profile clients on sometimes really big projects. So whether it's a movie, a TV show, a company or logo, a brand, sometimes it's a celebrity that has a brand. I like to know nothing, and a lot of times we can use code words.
Okay.
So you can kind of give me the project. Well, this one is a case. But maybe we can hide it a little bit and say, well, what do you feel about this? You can still talk about it without giving me information and details.
Okay.
Right.
And sometimes, that works a lot better. The less I know, the better. It's like a clean slate or a blank canvas.
Okay.
If that helps.
So can we tell you that we've started a podcast?
You can tell me all of that, yeah, but the project
Or
itself, I like
so-
to just see what I can get without any
Okay.
too many details. So I want to grab the project and then the details.
Do I write case X or
No,
do I write
whatever you're going to write.
like,
Can we write the...
You can write it, yeah. Yeah, write the actual.
okay. Hold on.
Okay.
Did you notice I touched his hand too? So he can feel my...
Okay. All right, so this might take a minute because I'm not used to working like this, but we're going to try it. Okay. Oh, wow. All right. So the first thing, I feel like I'm a victim right now. Everything is getting dark. I feel nothing but fear and anxiety around me. I feel like I'm being trapped. I feel like there's no one around me that will listen to me, and I can't even go to the authorities because they're sort of looped in on this. I feel like this is a high-profile case. This is someone that actually, I feel like am I female? I feel like I'm female almost. I just see a female girl with longer hair, longer, straight, darker hair. This might not be exact, but I just feel that. It's the first image I get. And I feel like I'm trapped. I feel like the world may know me, but this person, but again, you might look at this person and you might think their life is very different, but it feels very fearful, secluded, closed off. Don't have anyone to run to, don't have anyone you can confide in, don't have anyone you can really trust. I feel there's a lot of money involved, or this person has a lot of money. It's almost like if they talk too much, then they know they'll be taken out. I just feel like I should ask for questions now. I don't know if any of that makes sense.
I feel quite emotional just listening to that.
Yeah, oh
because I tell you that you...
No, don't tell me anything yet. So
just
let's go into some questions and then write why I have this imagery here. So what's the question? First question?
You don't want
you can ask it. You
okay.
can ask it, yeah.
What injury caused the death?
Okay, hold on. Okay, so if I'm this person, I don't know. Because this person I don't think they either saw it coming or it happened so fast that they're blanked out. But I'm seeing like caution tape. I don't know because this person that I'm locking on doesn't know.
And that would make sense.
I don't know, because I feel like it's again, I feel them, and in Terra, like I can feel them out. It's just, either if they've crossed over and it happens so quickly, they may not have the cognizance of what's happening. Now they might be, because there's so much trauma when we go over, there's so much, it could be a car accident. If it's really quick, sometimes they're thrown into that sort of spirit world or the other side or wherever, and they don't quite, they're trying to piece things together. There might be some memory lapse here. So anyway, that's just what's coming through. You can ask some follow-up questions to get closer to it if you like.
Do you think it was premeditated?
Now we're getting somewhere. Yeah. I feel like this is a threat. So this is like threats that came into this person. This is exactly why this person was in that fear mode, that blocked off. They feel like they have no one to trust. They feel isolated. Again, I saw a bunch of money and resources around them, but it'd be like this person's in a fear room. And the people almost either they're working with or closest to them. I think it's more people that they're working with. And I keep seeing a guy here that may have, that went in and did the act, or that may have done the act, but there's an orchestration here, and it's almost like if this person didn't do X, Y, Z, they knew the consequences and they were fighting against that. So as someone came in and was ordered, I feel like there's an organization here, but there was definitely one person at least involved. And it feels like a male presence here.
Did the victim fight back?
Yes. But I want to focus on, they were in such terror. I feel such terror. They were in such a panic state, that they were almost know that they're being hunted. It's like they knew it was coming or it was probable, but they didn't know from who and where it would come from. Again, not knowing who to trust. Mm-hmm. Now this person that would come in with a kind face, and it would be within their circle or parameter within their domain. So let's say if you have a famous person that has a bunch of people around, they have managers, they have business partners, they have all these sort of connections that are tied. It would come through that circle of those connections, not quite like a best friend or someone. It would be, now it could be something that appears that way, but wouldn't be. It really comes from this outside circle.
Do you think there was a cover-up with authorities or something?
With authorities or anything?
Or anyone else besides authorities? Like, let's just say, do you think that there was a cover-up?
Okay. I would say it's, was this made to look like an accident?
Can we say?
Yeah,
yes.
You can answer, because I look at it. It looks like it's made to be an accident, but it's like the word manslaughter or something.
For sure.
But it's not.
Mm-hmm.
There's an agenda here, so I feel like this person, whoever is involved, is guilty. Whoever did it is guilty. It's made to look like a cover-up. That's just what I see. It's made to look like a cover-up, but it's not a cover-up. I'm sorry, it is a cover-up. Mm-hmm. It is an orchestration. Okay, next question.
Is there more?
And you can just riff if you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I do want to ask.
Oh yeah. Where are the suspect or suspects at this time?
Well, there's one that's hiding in plain sight, and I feel like that's there's a person that people know this name, or it's either associated with this case or what have you. So this would be a person that's in the would be in the air here. But there's other people. Again, I feel like there's other people's interest at play. So I think it's a bit bigger. It looks like, to me, it looks like it's a bit bigger than what's being presented. And so yes, very much a facade, a cover-up, a manipulation, an orchestration of those involved. So it's not what, yeah, there's guilt here. There's guilt.
Is the victim at peace?
Can you give me a name, or at least a fake name for the victim here, just to get?
You can get
You can say the first name or something, or a nickname. I'm not big in TV shows, so
Right.
if they're famous, I probably don't know.
It's not a famous person.
Okay.
Quella.
Okay. Gosh, I just see this person emotionally hurt and at a loss, and they feel robbed, like things were taken from them. Their life was cut too short. It's like they had a bigger agenda, or they thought that they had more things to do here. So no, I don't see them at peace. I see them almost at this bewildered is sort of the, I don't know, that's not the right word. The word here would be quite pissed off, actually.
So does this person want the people or person that did this to be caught? And will they be at peace after that happens, possibly?
Yeah, it's less of that. It's more of they want to shine light on what's happened, on how these things can happen, so that people can be more aware and not let this happen again in this world. And then they're pointing to, sort of getting this feeling that they're pointing to that this is happened too often. It's almost pointing back to the old 1920s or gangster days when this, people would take people out, and it's just this thing, this reoccurring thing that's happened on the planet. So there's very much this this feeling that they're more enlightened and more in tune of why we're here and how the orchestration of things. So they want to sort of put an end to these sort of circumstances. So it's less about, like, it's not revenge. It's not against accusers. It's more of awareness, shining spotlights, and bringing things to the surface. So these things are less likely to happen. It's more for the highest good, the highest realm of things. I think that, yeah.
And are either the murderer or the murderers, are they basically laughing right now, thinking they got away with it?
Can you say the name again? Case X?
Quella.
Okay. No. No, it's like a game of ping pong. Like they're still in the game of trying to keep the ball on the table, or at least the ball in their favor. And there's manipulation. There's spins here. Now it's like when a glass of water spills over on the table. You're trying to like mop it up before it spills off the table. So I just see like hands in here. It's a constant, because it's energy, and there's if it's in the spotlight, then they're not out of the woods yet. So it's this sort of way of like it's a ping pong game. It's them trying to like react and act and make sure it's all mopped up. But again, I see there's a few other players in here. There's an organizational orchestration, and then there's one player here that did it.
So you're saying there was one player that did it. Do you think that there's other people involved in the situation? Or how many? Could you think of a number? Or
Okay. I'm seeing like a small knit group with an agenda, or with an agenda. It's a small circle. There's close knit. It's like an agreement. It's a handful of people. It's just maybe a handful here. It's I would say like 6, maybe totally involved. It's just like a.
Sorry, I'm sorry. That just really freaked me out.
I don't know why.
Because
Is that it?
yeah, it's 6.
Okay. Yeah, I see 6.
Do you see any games?
Any games?
Uh-huh.
Can you specify a bit?
Like anything like you know, playing of any games or, yeah, like just like, you know, playing a game.
Like I'm sorry, like they're playing
Like a card game or,
oh.
you know, like a game like that.
Oh, like an actual game.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because to me this looks like a big game of a game we would not want a game of Clue almost. This is
Yes.
not a yeah. Okay. I don't know, because the person, look, when I tap it, it's this person, it's the victim. I'm feeling like the victim's mindset. So I'm coming from that.
Gotcha.
Does the victim feel like, you were saying before, like that they were suspicious of something, or were feeling...
Yes, but the victim, and see, now here's the difference here. I don't feel that the victim knew where it was coming from. Now, they almost felt like it could have been from anywhere within a field. This could be a person that was getting, they would have seen the signs. Like it's almost like you don't know where the sky's gonna fall from. But they felt very, and I feel like there's been some nudges within that inner circle, whoever that person is. They again, they didn't know who to trust. They didn't know where it was gonna come from. But they knew enough to where it could come from almost anywhere. So again, how I almost see this person is like, if you could imagine this person in a room the size that we're in, and they're just trapped in sort of total fear, and they don't know who to trust, who to turn to, who to confide in, and they feel like this could almost happen, but they don't know who the players would be. Mm-hmm. And that's the feeling I get. It could almost come from anywhere, and that's why I feel like their energy, they just really went trapped, like they really went recluse, and they went inward. And their fear is like this. They're just kind of looking from almost anywhere in their circle, entertaining invites and people because they don't know. They're still going out in the world and doing things, or they were, but they know that the shoe could sort of fall out of the sky from anywhere. And that's just the feeling of it. It's this nervousness of anywhere.
Do you see a doctor?
Did I see a doctor? Let's see. Can you give me the name again of?
Quella.
Okay. There's a question mark here. So I don't know. I don't think their mind, at least what I'm tapping into, it's the mindset right before the death, or right before whatever happened. So that's like their last bit of signal here. Mm-hmm. So I can tap into the last bit of where their mindset was and where they're at, a little bit of what they're feeling now. But I feel like if you really want to get esoteric with this, you know, I feel like sometimes when we cross over, especially if you're going over in like a car accident, a plane crash, a force trauma over the head, something quick, and a lot of times you come out of the body and you're sort of in this realm of still here, but you also know that you're not here anymore. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's where this person is. They're sort of in this state. They haven't moved on into, you know, that God essence, or, you know, wherever we move on to, but they haven't, and they do know that they've passed, but they're in this sort of, I don't want to say limbo. They're still here within this energy, still looking around at players, still involved in their own life, but haven't moved on yet. But still a little limited. They can see the broader things, but they're still a little limited because they went over so quickly. So whatever happened, I feel like it must have happened a little bit out of nowhere. Like they could have been with whoever this person is that took them out. They could have been hanging out with them in a room. It could have been fine for a second, and then all of a sudden, boom, something flips. Mm-hmm. And so it would have been fast.
It was.
Whatever that is. It would have been inviting at first. It's because I don't see someone chasing them. It would have been someone that they would have invited in, but then it came out of nowhere. But they were going to be a little bit on edge because they didn't know who to trust, but they felt like this person was, you know, they were a little bit softer and open to this person. This person felt trustworthy a bit. So, but then it came out of nowhere. That's what I keep getting. It's just like,
it did happen.
It was ease, it was okay for a second, and then they were somehow just crossed over.
Is there, I don't even know if this is a right question to ask, but is there anything that the victim would have to say to anybody or to us?
Here, I'll give you this, and then can you just write the victim's name down, and then I won't look, and then just fold that piece of paper up and then hand that back to me.
Here. Yeah, where is that? With the
anything
pen,
you want.
yeah. Oh, got it. Just curious. Okay. There you go. Oh. Whoops, sorry.
Okay. Okay, what was the question again?
Does the victim have anything to share, what they'd like to say,
Okay.
or a message?
Yeah, they want this resolved, and they want the death to be revealed. They want the name, because I'm being presented here with like they want to write down the name and flip it over, so that the world can see that name. And then that name has these strings attached to other names, and they want that whole spotlight to just be shown on that group. And it's like, the words here are like justice for death. Justice for death.
That's crazy. Because they have a hashtag,
Oh, they do?
They do?
Justice for.
They do? Oh. Oh.
Okay.
I didn't know.
And then there's this sort of thing where they want their survivors, I don't know, did they have family or something? There's like survivors.
No kids, right?
No kids.
I just see people around them.
Yep.
And then I see those people grieving their grieving hearts.
Mm-hmm.
And this, they want almost this justice for death thing, because then they know that would soothe the hearts of those around them. I'm sorry, those that are still in that family, that are still here. And they want to soothe the pain for them, but then they also want to show the corruption, like show the world that there's this corruption. They don't want it to happen again.
I'm so curious. I wonder if like the victim had some type of business deal with someone that was involved, or money, or an insurance policy, or something that, causing the death, someone could get something out of. Is there a business deal, or?
I'm sorry, ask the other question too?
No,
Both?
that was
That's the
part,
one?
yeah,
Okay.
because
Is there a business deal? So is this around business matters?
Yeah.
Okay.
or money.
Yeah, it's all around that. Now here's the thing, this is the person's, it's like it was a swarm. This is why they didn't know where it was coming from, because it was like a swarm within this circle or something, where, I don't know, was this person successful or yeah. So it's like a swarm. They didn't know, this is why they didn't know who to trust, because it's almost like you can feel the shadows coming out of the woodworks here, and they could see there's this whole line in an old movie I remember watching, and it was like, trust everyone, just not the devil inside them. And it's sort of like this person would start to see the devil inside you start to see people changing and how they are, and then that's the intensity. That's why I look at this as like a hurricane. They're in the eye of this hurricane, knowing that there's this sort of these seedy things and energies and people and wants and threats and it's like it was coming from anywhere and everywhere, and that's why I feel like this they couldn't trust anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very much about this person is a target. They were like, I don't know. It's like announcing to the world that you're a billionaire lottery winner, and then walking down the streets of any city.
Right.
And it's like you're in this. Everybody knows it. So now it's like,
yeah.
So that's why they didn't quite know who to trust.
Right.
They didn't. It could come from a cousin. It could come from anything. Again, trust everyone, just not the devil inside them. There's shadow side.
I really like that. I mean, I need to put that in the back of my head.
Wow.
That was great.
Is there another one?